school students and college students should be in college today, I say thank you for being here, for teaching me and everybody else a lesson about the environment. The reality is, this planet is destroying itself. In the last 50 years, since 1970, 60% of animals have been rendered extinct by global warming, by climate change, and by grotesque levels of exploitation of natural places. Air pollution has got worse in many big cities all over the world. Children are growing up, losing up to 10% of their lung capacity before they reach primary school age. In major cities across the world, like Delhi and Beijing, as well as in European cities, the level of air pollution is so disgraceful that life expectancy falls amongst the poorest people in those poorest communities. And climate change creates climate refugees coming from places that have been deforested and disfigured, and they end up in refugee camps desperately looking for somewhere to live. Low-lying islands and low-lying countries lose out as sea levels rise, and unusual and extreme weather patterns destroy lives altogether. Some countries can cope with this a bit better than others. The people of Mozambique, who had massive floods and storms, had to wait weeks before any relief got through to them. Other places get that relief more quickly. But it shows that an unequal and unjust world is something that we have to deal with. It's not just about us here, it's about the whole world and how we act together to bring about climate sustainability. And so, in 1970, which is where I started the point from 50 years ago, those that were campaigning for clean air, sustainable planet and a cleaner world were actually extremely marginalised and often ridiculed by mainstream media. People just ignored the issue and thought it would go away, even though the science was there then to show the levels of emission would lead to global warming, would lead to all the problems that we're now facing. You and a whole generation have brought the issue centre stage, and I'm absolutely delighted about that. But I do think we should pay tribute to those that went before, the great Rachel Carson, who wrote a book, Silent Spring, and so many others that pointed out the danger of habitat loss and the loss of biodiversity. So the international conventions that eventually followed, Montreal, Kyoto, and finally Paris, are actually very, very important ones. I was at the Paris Climate Change Conference. It was inspirational to be there and hear people from all over the world relating their experiences. But what is disgraceful is when you get the president of a major country like the United States saying he will walk away from the Paris Climate Change Accord. Let's have no more of this hand-holding with Donald Trump. Let's quite simply say that we want every country on board on this, every country fully signed up to Paris and going a lot further than that. And so I say to people all over the world today that are demonstrating against climate change and in support of the demand for a climate emergency, well done all of you. It feels like the global demonstrations we held in 2003 to try and stop that terrible war in Iraq. People coming together across the planet for peace, for justice and sustaining our world and our planet. The question was put to me, and it's a good question, what can we do here ourselves? I'll give you a number of examples of things that I think are important to do. One is, it might sound odd, but properly measuring what is happening and measured to our environment. That means measuring the emissions that happen on our streets from vehicles, from heating systems and from industries. It also means measuring the emissions that come from aviation and shipping, which are often left out of the equation. But it also means not putting ourselves in the comfort zone of saying we wouldn't dream of polluting our rivers or our fields or our streets or our communities here, and then turning a blind eye onto the goods that we import from elsewhere and the damage that they are doing to the environment. I was discussing this with a group of school students in my constituency this morning, saying that we would not allow and wouldn't dream of allowing somebody to be tie-dye washing or chlorinating cloth and pouring the waste into a local river or stream, thus killing the fish and the wildlife there, because all the regulations we have in Europe and this country simply wouldn't allow it. But that also means not allowing goods to be imported where exactly that is happening to rivers in Africa, Asia or Latin America. So when we measure the effect of our emissions, let's measure those emissions at the source where they're created and not put ourselves in some comfort zone that we're doing okay at the expense of somebody else. Environmental damage and destruction, river pollution, sea pollution and air pollution knows no national boundaries. They can only be dealt with by international action. Now, there are people who get very worried by everything that we're saying that will damage their lifestyle, their living standards, their job prospects and their job opportunities. And that's why the debate and the discussion is happening in this country, across Europe and in the United States on what I call a green industrial revolution, what others call a Green New Deal, they're roughly the same thing, is about developing jobs and expertise that preserve, protect and enhance the strength of our environment rather than destroying it. And so, generating electricity from, for example, the Swansea Bay Lagoon, the Mersey Barrage, solar and wind energy is massively important. 5% of our electricity could come from wind off the west coast of Scotland if the interconnector cables and the investment were there to deliver that electricity. So it is about investing in good quality, well-paid, good jobs in green energy generation and green industrial jobs and the sustainability that goes with it. So that green industrial revolution can bring about, I believe, 400,000 decent, good quality jobs. And with that, we also have cleaner air, we have better quality of life, and we deal with many of the health inequalities that exist in this country. Why is it that children growing up alongside a major road here in London, major road in Birmingham, Edinburgh, Glasgow, or wherever, should breathe worse air than perhaps slightly better off children growing up in a leafy suburb? I want every child to grow up breathing clean air. A food policy and an agricultural policy that recognises there are limits to the levels of exploitation the soil can take. Rewilding is necessary in many places because it improves and increases the biodiversity, which actually also increases the fertility of the agricultural systems that are going on around it. And so our children in schools need to understand the environment as mainstream in their curriculum, need to understand the climate crisis as part of their curriculum. Because if we're to sustain this planet, we've got to get to zero emissions a lot sooner than 2050. We've got to get there. We've got to get there by our actions, and we've got to measure our achievements by measuring all emissions and the effect they have on our lifestyle and on our natural world. I love our natural world, I love our forests, I love our trees, I love our parks, I love our gardens, but we also need to recognise that destroying the rainforests, be it in Brazil or West Africa, for short-term gain, to grow soya crops for a couple of 3 years and leave devastation behind, destroys the global carbon store storage just as much as destroying forest cover would anywhere else in the world. So, we say to President Bolsonaro and others, sorry, you're completely wrong on that. We want to work with you to preserve and protect the Amazon rainforest. It can't be right that we are destroying a forest and destroying with it species we have yet to discover or even understand what they are. And so, let's work on that, but also work on what we do in our own environment and our own farming policies and improving tree cover and sustainability in this country and creating the jobs we can, the future we can, by the use of technology to preserve and protect the environment. It's not the enemy of the environment, it's the tool we can use to measure what's happening and ensure we reverse the trend. I was proud and pleased on May the 1st to introduce to the Parliament just down the road the concept of the climate emergency that was declared by the British Parliament. I was pleased and proud to do that. But doing that is only the start of a process by which all government policies have got to change and develop, by which we've got to measure what we do now in order to protect and preserve the future. Essentially, environment is a word about our natural life, our sustainability, and how we lead our lives. In reality, it has to be a state of mind. A state of mind about how you treat each other, how you treat the natural world, and how you preserve and protect it for the future. Destroying nature ultimately destroys all of us. Together, in this demonstration and this message today,